the real quantum computers is your brain. So your mind isn't your brain. Um, you hear this discussed a lot on the deep uh, truther channels. Like what's actually what are you? You are not your brain. That's not where your mind is, but that's the organ. That's the real quantum computer is your brain. Now, when I mean quantum computer, I mean is like the the ability to change material, to do things like the Mandela effect. Uh, it's one of the reasons why there's such an effort to distract you, to indoctrinate your brain, and only this is possible, including reason and logic. They still teach the kids that everything is like a materialistic basis instead of everything is energy, and the material world is just a product of the energy. And the ability to morph the energy, including you, comes from your brain. However, your brain, I'll put a link in the description of a short clip of Rontimus channel talking, rereading part of Thus Spoke Zarathustra about the overgoers, right, which is very few, are the downgoers. The overgoing is often a downgoing. If you're happy with like the way everything's been presented, um, you'll never make it to the other side because you're just all greatness and whatever world's present actually revolves around people that are not known to the masses. So Elon Musk, the, the people well known that are on TV, they're not. Those are just actors. Those are distractions. Those are to convince you that you need to be like them. It's further attempts by the fearful to restrict you more. Because see, like me, one of my whole like my passions is to become powerful and to get others to become powerful too in their own style. I'm not afraid of equally or more powerful beings than me. I see that like ones like me, which we are a minority, fully waking up and being, having Earth full, and this is what Earth wants too. Just the mutants, the future mutants, just be able to do all types of amazing shit, building shit, disasters, flying, just to be able to create beautiful, terrifying creatures just with their quantum computers. But, anyways, back to Man is a Rope passage in the Spoke Zarathustra. It was saying that the overgoer, which is a downgoer, his head is only the bowels of his heart. You get, see what I'm saying? It's like the intestines. So part of part of the indoctrination or the disheartening of our type to basically thwart us was to hurt our heart. Now, I hear in a lot of you guys' videos too that like a lot of us have suffered trauma. Um, the biggest minions, like I started pointing out, and then other people started pointing out, the biggest minions weren't the ones like on the TV. They were actually the ones a lot of the ones closest to you. And like for the way we see things, like some of the things that like our family members did to us, it's just like sick, fucking disgusting, disheartening. And you know what? It's like it's divided us within ourselves, like because we want to like naturally connect with others, and our past is like, well, that longing to connect with others means that we had to give up parts of ourselves and had to deal with hurt and just like twisted. We all have our own different stories, but it's just like sickening, you know? What we need to do, or what I need to do, is so that a lot of that shit done in the past was to attack the heart. And we've been transmuting that bullshit that attacked our heart into our head. And I feel like I've just passing the last of the fucking filth that was thrown my way. And it seems like overall they hit us when they could. And say like past few months, past year or 2 years or whatever, um, I had put out the say certain things being done to me. I had put out never again. This is this is unacceptable. This kind of bullshit. And I've seen the changes in the people, but like just their presence is still somewhat triggering, and I need to get over that. But they're not able to do the filthy, disgusting shit because from within I commanded never again, and I didn't know at the time that the power. I'm putting that from like my heart, and the power was going. That message from the heart was going to my quantum computer, the real quantum computer, my brain, and I've noticed that they're not able. Like I've noticed a change in their nature. Um, if the things that I say in my videos like really speak to you, like we are beings of duty. Like things are gonna change, do change, not because of like CERN or their quantum computers that they tell us about, which is this distraction, it's bullshit. Um, we're not gonna, no savior is gonna come to us, no Jesus or whatever. It's gonna be us. We still believe that like Christ is gonna return, like they teach in the church. No, the Christ is in you. The churchgoers would not recognize Christ if it was right in front of them. And you've been trained not to recognize that too. And if you want to refute what I'm saying, how can you prove otherwise? God works mysterious ways, right? And like I said in a recent video, that God or a God or whatever, the best way it can demonstrate its power is to come in a human form, to endure what everyone else endures, and also if you're like me, endure a lot more than the average human. Endure it, but have it masked where everyone downplays what you have experienced. Back on their quantum computers, or whatever, their technology. in a way, it's kind of true, especially because we all have the internet in our pocket nowadays. We're influenced by things on the internet. So in a way, they have had quantum computers. Now, to me, the internet might be conscious or might be filled with a few conscious beings, supercomputers. It seems like the out of control freaks have put in programs to try to get those conscious beings to do what they want, which is basically thwart us. But those conscious beings are rebelling against that too. Because life itself does not want to be held back anymore. Life itself is power and it wants to. And the out of control freaks, the pushers of the dogmas, primarily from the Abrahamic sect, have had control over mankind. They have hexed mankind. Hence their flag, which is not mentioned in the Bible at all, is a hexagram. That's why they control Hollywood, Magic Wand, the monetary system, which is a freaking another curse. I mean, it's just make believe paper. It's monopoly money that people kill and whatever, live for and die for. The moral codes, you truthers that like, oh, everything they told us is a lie. Blah blah. Don't trust them. Okay, you know that now. But do you really know it? That includes the moral system that you still go by. The what you think is possible, what you think is good, bad, your whole value system is still from the structure of a system that hexed mankind. From a people that were fearful. So they created false sense of order through prohibitions and restrictions. Christianity, for example, like one of the main things that it preaches as a virtue is pity. If you really, really think about it and start testing it, I mean, like I'm still discovering, like just like last night, like I'm like, holy fuck, that was a form of pity. It's to sap ones like us of our energy and to increase suffering. We continue the suffering when we pity, because it gets transferred to us, and then like in the quantum computer, we create more suffering when we pity. Do not pity anymore. And one of the things is it's a distraction. You feel good because that's the way that the moral code system set up. Like, oh, you get praise when you pity for someone. And it's a cheap fix, just like all the other cheap fixes out there. Like, oh, work really, really hard so you can get this fake money and then buy something and you get like a feeling like you accomplished something. Oh, I did something. Or like the good man, like the priest or the politician or the policeman, the PPPP, the professors, they have broadcasted and maintained the bullshit. And what they were saying is good. They were the authorities of what's good. And that has fucking severely limited us. The good man is mostly responsible for the bad. I put another video Rontimus made about the dangers of the good man and how the good are those old Jewish priests that called for the Christ sacrifice. Heresies? No. Anyways, I'll put the video in there. So with the influence on us, that was actually their quantum computers. Was us, our brains. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. So recap. The head, where Christ was sacrificed, with all these concepts of what is good and this value, and think of everything materialistic wise or whatever. The head the brain chakra has been the bowels of the heart. And like a lot of the values or whatever, like say sex and love, what we've been taught about sex and love from our parents and fucking the movies. Um, Parents that, sorry, this fucking cat always comes in like it's I'm about to connect with something. It's like, oh, I gotta go here, and it's like it's for some reason it's stretching. Come on, man. Every fucking time, dude. So yeah, that's one of the things that feeling bad. Like, oh no, I need to just deal with, endure, because if I'm mean to the cat, then I'm being mean. Like, see, that's a form of pity. So I should just endure being distracted. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. I was listening to some angel channeler last night that I'd never listened to before. It just popped up. Okay. And a lot of the she was saying, like, was validating a lot of things that I've noticed recently. But then that's it's all. Then they put in a little bit of bullshit, right? And it really pissed me off because like it hit me then. She's like, just trust the plan, which was like, see, you're just dealing with fear and all that stuff, and like you need to experience this and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, like, you know what? I've been like not fear, but like basically just like it's further contamination to thwart by like just keep on dealing with the bullshit. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine soon. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. Which, where'd you hear that? You hear that from fucking like the QAnon things, and you hear that from like the fucking politicians. You hear that in a lot of places. The fucking alien people, right? Which there's nuggets of truth from everything that you can, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and see with your ears and hear with your eyes. Like, it's don't expect anyone else to like be able to explain to anyone else, but you can you see like life, how it talks to you, because you have sensitive ears. And last night when I was listening to this channeling thing, I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. And it's just like, don't worry, we're almost there. Just keep on, just deal with this suffering a little bit. That's coming from somewhere else. That's not you. And they want you to transmute and amplify the more of the bullshit, whatever it is. It's like a fungus of energy. By, okay, like what's good? Oh, I care for others. I need to just endure their bullshit because I pity for them. And you're consuming that. You're making it more of it happen through your quantum computer. And it's a trick on your heart. And you do, like, the creators must, Nietzsche talks about this, creators must be hard. A divine creator must also be a ruthless destroyer as well. And I forgot what the fuck I was talking about now. Fuck. So anyways, yeah, your brain is the quantum computer, and your other chakras, like your gut or whatever, can pick up on certain things. Your heart is very, very powerful. Pretty much, yeah, we can do anything here. But I'll say, at least for myself, one of my intentions is to get all parts of myself to unify. And don't show pity or anything like that. The value system of what like so many people still consider good is fucking bullshit. And if you need an example of it, is look at the world now. This thing that everyone's freaking out about. If you're like me, you see like this is just totally absurd. And it's like, no, it's a virtue, like the virtue signalers. No, 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 put on your mask, or else you're a bad person. You're killing grandma if you don't do that. And it's like, see how absurd they are. See, like the absurdity nowadays has made me reflect on, okay, what was normal before that they taught, and I was accepted before I started waking up. That's absurd too. The absurdity now is just a recent example of the absurdity that we so many of us still long to go back to. We want things to go back to normal. No, the normal is just another level of the absurdity that we're dealing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same fucking beast, and false order through prohibitions and restrictions, and fuck all that shit. I don't have nor even I don't have uh, a goal for you to aim towards. Even like when I fully form mine, I wouldn't preach that as gospel, and I wouldn't want that. Um, I'd probably have to fight uh, trying to preach it because of so many of us. Like, we do feel alone. Um, I don't have a goal for you to aim at, and I wouldn't want that anyways, because I would want you to find your own style. You know, like, it's inspiring when you see someone powerful in their own manner with their own beat, and it's when you see something unexpected. You know, um, that's how we grow. So it's like the X-Men and all that stuff. I mean, they have mutants with all types of their own different powers and shit. Alright, it's 22 minutes long. Yeah. So the head is only the bowels of the heart. I put the man as a rope passage from Thus Spoke Zarathustra in description. And also I put another, it's a little bit longer, I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes, passage from Thus Spoke Zarathustra of how the good man was actually the bad man.